think that they do that type of behavior?
They weren't expecting it, and they were just kind of startled. And I think that's how we all were.
There's a hole there with the stick still in it. And, the end of the stick's all dirty from digging the hole.
They have taught me. This is what my experiences have been. I don't get my information because I read it in a book or I saw it online. This is my life.
I think there's various reasons for that. I believe that, those are the raw materials they have.
Happy Tuesday evening, everybody, and welcome to the Nana Boss Continuum. I am so excited for tonight's show, for so many different reasons, and we're going to get there. But first thing I want to talk about, and I really, really want to thank everybody, I hit 600 subscribers today, and I have never in a million years ever thought that I would be at 600 subscribers. I thought I'd do the show, have some fun with it, hang out with some of my friends that are here tonight with me, actually, over there in the chat that I'm going to say hi to in 1 second. But I just wanted to thank every single one of you, every single viewer, every single subscriber. Thank you, thank you, thank you for believing in me, supporting me, encouraging me, and the journey has only just begun. So let me just really quick say hi to my peeps over here that's in the chat tonight. We've got Mr. Gary Spikes, who is here tonight. Hi, Gary. How are you tonight? And we have Amber from Amber's Pear World. Hi, Amber. Hey, Brown Dwarf. I'm so glad you're at this show tonight because you're going to have a blast with the show because you're going to learn how to find those UFOs because you have been on the hunt out there in California. My gosh, I just almost forgot where you were at because you're all over the place. You're everywhere. You're like in Oregon. You're in California. You're everywhere. Let's see. Lene. Hi, Lene. Jane. Hi. How are you? Let's see. Did anybody else roll in? Hey, Anthony. Anthony is here. So I'm sure more people are going to file in. I know tonight is, thanks, Gary. So glad to hear, Gary, that you're still breathing. So you're right. That is a very good thing that you're still breathing. So, yeah, if all of a sudden you don't respond to my messages, you better tell Junior that I'll be hunting him down, looking for you. I know this is not my normal time, and that's probably why we don't have a lot of people in tonight. But I decided for my guest to accommodate him. His day job, he couldn't be on at 8 o'clock. So I moved it to 9, and all of my regulars will be able to watch it in replay tomorrow or at their leisure. So tonight, my guest is Mr. Les Durant, and Les is there. He does a lot, guys. Oh my gosh, he's like right up our alley, right? Like he looks for UFOs and footage. He's always, like he's doing paranormal stuff and some cryptid stuff, and he's kind of well-rounded. And he's also a DJ. A music DJ. So I'm excited, and please welcome my guest tonight, Mr. Les Durant.
Thank you so much.
So glad you're here tonight.
Yes, how are you?
Thank you. I'm doing great. Like, I am so excited about tonight's show because there's just so much to cover and so much to unpack.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm here to kind of show you whatever y'all want to look at first. I was just looking up my my cryptid stuff from Arkansas. I've got a Bigfoot picture to show you, some tracks to show you, Two, yes, and then of course I've got the spirit talkers back here. We could do an investigation and
Absolutely.
look up UFOs, and so but yeah, well, hey Gary, nice to talk to you, and Amber too, and Brown Dwarf, and your all
Yeah.
your viewers. Wow, it's awesome. That's cool. So thank you
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
much for tuning in today. Um, but
Exactly.
anyway, yeah. So I got to tell you right off the bat, I'm ADHD, so you'll find that out pretty dang quick. But it's all right. It's all good.
That's
But
okay, because
yeah,
our whole thing here on this channel is we're all like squirrel, squirrel.
yeah,
So we get it.
yeah.
Don't worry about it.
I posted something the other day, and I was like, I really liked it. I found it. It said, "You ever driven by an old house and wonder if it's haunted?" And I'm like, yes, yeah, right there. Oh, and yeah, see, there you
That's
go.
this girl.
I was also going to tell you, I also listen to shortwave radio, and there's actually a radio station called Radio Marti. So spelled just the same way, just to let you know, Radio
Yep,
Marti.
there
Yep,
is.
there you go.
And the only reason that I know a lot about Radio Marti is because I'm, I'm only 90 miles away from Cuba. So
Yes, yes, there you go. That's right. Yeah, it's fun to
so
listen to. I like
it's,
listening to it.
I've never actually listened to it, but I do know it exists. That's that
Yeah,
much I know. That much I know.
it's
It
cool.
used to be like huge news, back in the
Hmm.
80s. It was like, we heard
Right.
this on Radio Marti. Yeah. So
Yeah, yeah. So
yeah,
that's
yeah,
cool. I thought I'd let you know about that. But
yeah.
yeah, so you know what? I'll let you ask the questions, and we'll just go from there.
Okay, yeah, let's
Because
do
that
it.
way I can, we can kind of
So,
go from there.
yeah, so okay, so let's start from let's start and talk about that you are a MUFON certified investigator,
Yes,
right? So let's
yes,
start there. So
yes,
how did that happen? How did you
yes.
actually do that?
Very, very simple. You just go to the MUFON website, and it's MUFON.com, and MUFON.com. Let's see. COM. All right, I'm just going there with you right now, just so you can kind of get an idea. And then at the top, you're going to see where it says to become a field investigator. And so then you just do that. And then but first of all, what you have to do is you have to join MUFON first. And then you can then you can get the field investigator course. And basically, you have a year to take it, and then you get 3 tries to pass, and you have to have an 80 to pass. Um,
Okay.
and yeah, so it's MUFON, MUFON, the Mutual UFO Network.
Mm-hmm.
It started in 1969, and this is who the government goes to. This is who they go to whenever they need a little bit of help. So I guarantee that MUFON is in there. I didn't stick with it. I just did it just this year, actually. I only had it for a couple of weeks, and then just decided to take the test and go from there. So, and
And you
it's an open
passed.
book test. Yes, yeah, it's an
So
open book
there,
test.
yeah.
Yeah,
All right. So see
oh,
now,
I'm
if I
sorry.
had known,
Mhm,
if I'd known you back last fall when I had my missing time incident
mhm. I would
in
be the
North
one.
Georgia, I could have
Mhm.
called you.
Right. Yes. So I would be the one that you would contact. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't stick with it because, as you can tell, there's a lot of reading. There's a lot of reading that you got to do. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so being ADHD, but it wasn't that. I mean, it wasn't that. I kind of figured that would be a part of it, but you know, it's
Mm-hmm.
uh, it's also kind of a full time job as well, and so that's
I
one of
can
those things.
see
But
how I could see
yeah,
how that could become very easily a full-time job.
I guarantee you, the day that you get your card and everything in the mail, like I did get a picture, card with my picture on it and everything, and an
Mm-hmm.
ID card. Your state director will start
Reports.
sending you stuff. Yeah, projects. Yeah, and then you
Wow.
have 20 days per. But like for me, if you want to do this even without becoming a MUFON investigator, Flight 24 is a fantastic app that you can use. Flight 24, you can look at all the different planes. You can
Nice.
also rewind it, and that's the good part about it too. And you just there you go. So we can see what's going on, and I don't know if we can tell. Ooh, if you can tell right
So
now,
you
but
can so you can see all of the planes that
all the
like have their
planes.
transponders that are
Mhm.
showing,
Yes, so this
and
one's
it
going from
shows you.
Atlanta to South Bend, Indiana, right here.
Wow.
And yeah, and then I can also see the ones that are over my house. Now, when you start to see stuff that is not on Flight 24 and it's over your house, then you start to wonder what it is. And
Right.
we can talk about that later too. I can show you my triangle actually.
Yes, I
Yeah.
definitely, because you had sent me that photo, so I was hoping tonight that you would share it.
Yes. Yeah, I have the video, so you'll see what I'm
Okay.
seeing. And yeah, and also I don't know if you have known of a documentary filmmaker by the name of Bill Howard. He's actually going to come up and interview me this weekend for that
Oh,
because of
cool.
that. Yeah. So
What is the name of his project? Do you know what the name of the
so it's going
project
to be.
is?
I think it's going to be called Encounters.
Encounters. And
Yeah.
is it going to be on one of the networks
Yeah,
or?
it's gonna. Yeah, he's. I don't know if it's going to be on Paraflix or on some of these different ones, but
Mhm.
he's got some amazing stuff out there that's, oh my gosh, about abductees. And yeah. So but he had called me when I first started doing this and was interested in some of my work even then. So and I told him, I said, well, hey, can I get some of your videos to see if I can find any UFOs? He's like, oh yeah, that's cool, and because he didn't.
Yeah.
And then now he will text me and say, hey, look what I found, look what I found. It's like, yeah, that's cool, and pretty much anybody
So
can do it. It's really pretty easy.
So how did you actually get, like, how did this become a thing for you? Like
Yeah,
trying to catch them, and because we're gonna get to how you do it, and you're
sure,
gonna
of course.
actually kind of talk everybody kind of how, through how you do
Yeah,
it. But
definitely.
how did you actually like get, you know, interested in this whole
Right.
UFO UAP thing?
Okay, here's the thing. Beforehand, I knew that UFOs were real. Okay, so this month is going to be my 2-year anniversary of this. So it was
Okay.
June 29th in Searcy, Arkansas, that I discovered a way to record UFOs. I always believed in UFOs. I never really thought I'd ever seen one up in the sky or anything like that until this video that I can show you here in just a moment of what happened actually. So, and I'll tell you really quickly because a lot of times this is a question that a lot of people do ask, and a lot of it is started off with the paranormal. We were doing it. We were
Mhm.
at this haunted house here in Georgia. We got some really great orb videos, and I figured, well, what the heck? Um, if I can get some good orbs, then maybe I can catch some clouds. I'm kind of into the clouds and stuff like that, and that's another one of my things. There is actually a cloud. It's called the Cloud Appreciation Society. I promise. Look it up. Cloud Appreciation Society. Now, when you live in Texas and you got flatlands, you don't get any rain, then any clouds are nice. So anyway, so I still kind of into the clouds and into video and stuff too. And as you know, I do radio, but I also like
Mhm.
to mess around with video. And so I was like, well, if I could catch orbs on this camera, this old camera, then maybe I could catch something in the sky. Maybe uh, some cool looking clouds. So what I did was I had this old stand, and this was just an old like antenna, twisty antenna thing.
Uh-huh.
And then what I did was originally I use this right here. This is called manual camera, and there we go. And then I originally laid it down like this. Oh yeah, Velcro. What you do with your old phones, just get some Velcro and you put it on the back. Then what I did is I set this outside and I aimed it towards the sky. So then what you're going to see is what I got. And it's going to be the very first video that I show you. And the
Okay.
very first video actually is unknown. Now, when I say unknown, that means that MUFON, with all of their knowledge, they looked in there and they said, you know what, we can't find anything that we've ever seen that looks like that does that kind of thing. And so we're going to call that unknown. And
Okay.
so I've got 3 of those. And now 2 of those are all using this camera. And then, but any cell phone, if any old cell phone will work, and I'm going to tell everybody beforehand that all these phones that you see behind me do not have regular service. They just access Wi-Fi. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up this video, and
Okay.
you can see it on my YouTube channel, which is Objects and Orbs. So if you just look up Objects and Orbs, and then there's a full 30-minute video of this video from Searcy, Arkansas. So this is also, once again, the very first video that I did. And I'm going to show you kind of how I scroll through these. All right. So this is going to be 31 minutes long. It's 3.79 gigs big, and it's the frame width is 3264 by 1836. The frame rate is only 30 frames per second, but the data rate is not too bad. So, all right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start it off, and then let me
So you
pull
sh-
this
you
down
can
here.
sh- you can hit
I'm going to show.
share, right? And then
Yes, I
I
sure
just add
can.
it to the stream, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I'm gonna do that
Okay.
right now. And so you're gonna see my face right
Up
here.
there it
All right.
is.
Okay. So this right here. So what I'm doing is I'm looking down and saying, okay, hey, I'm looking at the camera to see how it's gonna look and all that. All right. Now I'm using a program called SM Player, and it's free. If you just go to SM, just look for SM Player. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just change the aspect ratio to the 16 by 10. There we go. All right. So now you can see my face. See me looking down at it. All
Mm-hmm.
right. Now go over here just a little bit. Okay. Now you're going to
Yeah,
also
she
be able to see this. You're going to see the lens flare. This right here is the lens flare, and this is coming right off of the sun. Okay, so it's just bouncing up. All right. Now what I'm doing is I'm just using the right arrow. Okay. The reason why I'm doing this is because I know that there is also another little object that comes out. Okay. Okay. Actually, I'm just going to leave that right there. We'll talk about this later. All right. Now, yeah. Okay. Now, so here's what we're going to do. Let's look at a bird with the flare. That way, you'll know
look
what
at
the
that.
bird looks like. And see, here's the bird.
Let me let my kitty cat out. Hang on one
Oh, go
second.
ahead. Yeah,
And
sure.
you know
Go
what?
ahead.
You know what? Should I go to like full is that better? Maybe everybody can
Sure.
see a little bit
Yeah.
better.
Yeah. If you want to do
Okay.
that, that's fine. And then do you
Okay.
want me to
Perfect.
continue? I can continue talking about it if you want.
Yeah, go right ahead, Les.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you remember where I was. Okay. You see this little bird right here. Now I'm gonna pull this back up. I'm using the. Okay. Now you can see that the bird wings are right there. Now I'm just using the period or the comma sign on SM Player. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over here and show you just a quick bug. That way we all know what the bugs look like. Okay. All right. Now that's a bug right there. Okay. So now here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you the actual event that um, in this video. Okay. You're going to see this plane right here. Now, this plane is coming from Little Rock Air Force Base, and I was living in Searcy, Arkansas, about 45 miles away. And so they would fly over. They would fly over the base, or they would fly over our house in formation and go back to the base. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just zooming in. I'm using the E, and then I'm using the Alt and doing this right here. Now, if you look very, very close, you can already see that there's just a little dot right there. Now, I don't know. There's times where I will even discover stuff on my video, even though I've looked at it for over 2 years. So see, it's already moving down there, but that's not even really the point. Now you can actually see, you can see the markings on this plane, right? Okay, so that means that whatever you see shouldn't be out of focus. It should be in pretty darn good focus. All right, now I'm going to go wide on here. Now we're going to do the plane. And then, did you see it?
I
Maybe
did
not,
not.
right?
It was maybe it
Yeah,
happened so quick.
that's right. That's why we as humans don't see them. Now let's do this. And I also can you imagine staring at the sun for as long as we are right
Right.
now. Our eyes would be
Yeah.
burned out. Okay,
Right.
so here goes. All right. Oh, right about
Th-
there.
Wow.
Okay, so right there. Okay. Okay. Now let me zoom in on it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm going to use the alt, move this over here like that. And boom.
Whoa.
There you go.
That's crazy. And like you said, the plane is not out of focus.
No. And boom, it's gone. See, so let me go back. And you can all see, you can almost tell that there's a little something there too. Now watch this. Boom. And you can actually even hear the plane. Yeah, just like that. Okay, now we're not done with it. We're not done with this actually right here. No. There's actually more. Okay. So let's do this. Now I'm going to, right up here by where the plane is, you're going to see some other dots show up. And okay, so there's that. And then it's right over here where it comes up. Let's see. Now this is just me. Oh, there we go. Right there. So it starts way up here, right? Like that. Okay, now I'm going to use this. Bring that over like that. And oh yeah, I forget. This has a really good ending. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom in on it. Now you gotta kind of remember that a lot of this was happening sort of during COVID time and all of that. So that's really all we had time to do is just to view this. Now, actually, looking at this even closer now, that's actually kind of interesting. Let me see if I can get in even closer with this. And okay. All right. And probably right up over here. Sorry about that. Something because this is just like off the cuff right there. Okay, right there. Yeah. Okay, so that's one thing about SM players. You can only go so far whenever you zoom in. But what you can do is you can take a screen print and then do that. Now, remember where this is. You see now it's right there. Let's
Oh,
go back. I'm
yeah.
gonna go backwards. Right there and boom, right there. Okay. Now right here is the part I was telling you about. Okay, so I'm going to try to zoom in here just a little bit. Now we're going to do a screen print. Yep. Now, do you know why I'm doing a screen print? Can you
So
tell?
you can zoom in even further.
And are you seeing anything in regards to that object?
Yeah, I see that.
And do you see any marking or do you see what it looks like?
It,
Not yet, right?
no, not
That's okay.
yet.
That's okay. That's okay. I don't want to spoil anybody's fun yet. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. Okay. Now I also use a program called IR Fan View. Okay. Now I'm gonna stop sharing for just a moment, and then let me come back over here again and do this again. All right. And this is IR Fan View. And then so I haven't pasted yet. So you're gonna watch me paste it. And this is what I do. This is how I do the stuff. Edit, paste. Okay. So now here's why. Ooh, look at that.
Oh,
Ooh,
it's a
look
nice
at.
triangle
Hey, there you go.
with like perfect,
Awesome.
like straight
Uh-huh.
sides. Like,
Yes. So,
wow.
So, okay, now here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the image and let's maybe do some different effects with it. Okay, let's see. I can do, actually, let's change this to convert to grayscale maybe. Okay, and then edit, and then let's do image. We're going to do effects. And this is what I want everybody to do, really. There we go. So if I did,
Wow.
see, look at that right there. Now I'm going to emboss again, do effects, and then I'm going to keep embossing and edit emboss. Okay, image. Okay, edit. And I apologize for this here.
No. This is great because I mean, you're literally showing us all, like literally, like step by step, like how we can
Yeah.
do this ourselves. Like
Mhm.
that's
Yeah.
crazy.
So, right. Okay. Now, so that's just the one. That's not even all of it. That's not even all of it. Okay. So I'm going to go back here. And so let's rewind this. So I figured, actually, I'm sitting there now. I am when I was in Arkansas, I was a big a medical marijuana patient. So I was able to kind of stare at the screen for a long time, but my eyes were opened up as well. And so this is what kind of gave me an idea was that I want gamers to be part of Objects and Orbs, people who can watch this and watch this and say, what was that? Hey, what was that? And, right? See, right? And say, what was that? And go, that. What was that? Right? And say, okay,
Mm-hmm.
what are you looking at? So, like, if I had a classroom of people say, look, okay, if you find something, let me know. Right? There, it looks a little bit different, but beyond that, it doesn't. All right. Also, I want stoners, people who can, with their eyes, they can actually see more of the full screen where they can say, hey, that wasn't there. Because if you're looking at this for this long,
Yeah,
and
because like
if you're
I
sitting
never
there with,
would have like and it's so fast too. Like it's like
right.
boom, it's like it's there and it's not there. Like
Okay, now
literally.
see how fast the clouds are moving now? Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah,
Let me
you
get
got to
that.
share with me.
I got to share it with you. I apologize. I'm over here. I'm over here all UFOing and stuff, and I'm over here like, hey, what's going on with this? Yeah. So this is the way to do it. But this is the way I want everybody to be able to. Yeah,
Yeah.
stoners definitely.
Yeah,
Have I?
Brown Dwarf
Oh
says
yeah.
the
Have I
rods of the
reported my
eyes
findings?
open up.
Yes, yes. Have I reported my findings to the government? Yes, I sure did. That video that I just showed you, I took down to Little Rock Air Force Base, and beforehand, here's what I did: was I contacted the public affairs office and I said, I've got objects following your planes, and they said, yeah, right. And I said, well, would you like to see the pictures? And I said, yeah, I'll go ahead and send them to you. So you saw how I did the screen print.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, all right. So I said, and then they said, well, next time you're down by the gate, drop it off. So I went down to the gate, and then I told them, I said, yes, I've got some picture. Oh, I just saw something there. I thought I've got some pictures of objects following your plane. Right. Oh, right there. Okay. And they were laughing until I showed them the pictures, and then they said, yes, Mr. Durant, we do want your footage. So this, I didn't even know what this is. Let's see what this is. Do you see what that is?
Mm-mm.
Ooh, oh, look at that. That looks like something I just recently saw. Oh my goodness. Do you see that right there, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. See? Oh, look at that.
Oh wow.
Oh, that sure does look like that looks like a fast walker to me. My goodness. Okay. So
And
yeah,
that's
so that's
definitely not the lens flare because
right.
that's way
Exactly.
down. The lens flare is like way, yeah, like definitely. So we know it's not that.
No. And so okay, now for your viewers, did they see or even did you see how fast I found that?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, okay, because it was a little dot that wasn't there before. So what I do is I have a left and a right Actually, let me stop sharing for just a sec, and then I'm going to go back to start to share with you. So then that way you can kind of see how I play the piano. All right, the keyboard, how I play the keyboard. Okay. All right. So when I'm looking at my UFOs, I'm doing my arrows right here.
Okay.
Like that. Okay. Like that.
And that's moving it right and left.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. And this is actually going to fast motion. You know, like by minutes and seconds, like that. I'm just fast forwarding like this. Now these buttons over here, these right here, are my frame by frames. So whenever I go frame by frame, that's what I do. And then this button over here is my zoom in. And then this right here is my wide. Now the cool thing about SM Player is you can go back and you can set everything up the way you want. Okay, now here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go back and do this once again. I'm going to share this with you so you can see this, just how quick I found it. Now you got to remember, this is just the one video, right? I mean, this is 2 years old.
And we've already saw 2. This is number 3.
Yeah. Okay. So, okay. Now here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go wide on this again. Okay. Now I'm gonna go just. I'm gonna move this. Oh, I think I just saw something else.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. So that right there, that's okay. So that's a little bug or a bird up there. So you can kind of see that that's what that is. That's a little bird. But that one, oh, okay. Now let me go back. Now, here's the thing: is I know. Oh, what was that? Yeah. And so let's put that in motion. Okay. There you go.
Wow. That's a bird.
That's definitely a bird, right? So you can see for your perspective, you can see what sorry, like whenever I talk like this, I'm like, okay, what is that? That's peculiar. Okay. All right. Now, before I get off key too much here, I'm going to show you some more. I'm going to show you this really fast object, that extremely fast object right here, 2015. Okay, right there. Okay. Here comes the plane. Okay. And the plane going over. You got that. And then, oh, I didn't see that was actually one sec. Okay, now these things right here, I don't know what they are. Now here's the second plane. And then it starts to get fun. Of course, we already had fun with the triangle, so this right here isn't as much fun, but okay. Oh, this thing right here. Okay. This is what I call a minion. Now I haven't seen that many of these, at least here in Georgia. Okay. All right. Okay, now the reason why I call it a minion is because it kind of looks and moves like a minion.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Holy cow.
Right there. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit the space bar is going to be play. And it's moving pretty dang quick.
Yeah.
Okay, now I can stop it by hitting the play button again. And then let me go wide so we can kind of watch it do its thing. Okay, and right there. So it's, yeah, and see there's something else right here. And if I'm not mistaken, see they are moving in tandem, and oh, that became 3. Wait. Okay, so there's 1. Well, you were just telling me that about what your son saw, right?
Right. It was like this. It just, you couldn't quite tell what the front of it was, but it was like this, like, but it had these like contrails to it. It was real. I have to get him in touch with you. I have to get him in touch with you.
And this, so this one just appeared. Now that's interesting.
Okay, so wow.
Yeah.
That thing
Okay.
is really moving around like crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Now that's nothing. Let me show you some. Let's move on 2 years. I can show you some new stuff. Oh, or I could show you my triangle.
Okay. Yes. Let's see that.
All right, you want to see the triangle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Let's check
So
that out.
now, have you heard about these Samsung S22s?
I have not. I
Okay.
am an Apple girl.
Okay, you're an Apple. Okay, what? So you know how good the iPhones are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, the S22, I can do 8K with this. I can do 4K with this. I can even do night vision with this.
Wow.
And I can do color night vision too. So this just came in, and I didn't know. I knew that the camera was cool, but I didn't know. Oh yeah, they blondes and blues. Okay,
Yeah.
so but I didn't know how cool it was. I didn't know how cool it was. Well,
Amber, he's in Georgia.
yes, I'm in Georgia. I'm in Mineral Bluff, Georgia. I'm about 5 miles from Tennessee and about 5 miles from North Carolina. In the what we call the tri-state. The best of the tri-state is right here. Is right here. Yeah, in mountain country. I'll just leave it at that.
All right, Krista, you've
Yeah.
got the same camera.
Yes. Okay. So I noticed this object that was coming my way, and my way is not in the normal flight path. I know they fly this way. I know they fly the other way. I know they fly over there. I know why, because I can watch them with Flight 24. But I also
Okay,
know
right.
that Atlanta is 100 miles away. So for this to be above my head, it could not have been from Atlanta, because it's a foggy night and it's above my head. Now I'm starting to kind of get shivers now because you'll see some stuff on here that you won't believe. So here, let me show you this, and then and I haven't even showed you all my other stuff. I mean, geez, if you want to
I
go to
know.
my YouTube channel, Objects and Orbs. But yeah, I'm going to show you
Absolutely. Go and
the new.
subscribe to Les's channel,
Woo!
Objects and Orbs. He
Yes,
also
and
has a
also
Facebook group, also same name, Objects and
same
Orbs.
name. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Objects and Orbs. Yep, and that's the best way to do it. Okay, so the video, since I didn't know I was recording at 4K or whatever, I didn't really have a good way um to do the screenshots and do the editing of it. So what I did was I converted each frame into a bitmap file, or into a bitmap file that I'm using with IR FanView. Now I'm going to share this with you, and then you're going to be able to see it basically how I saw it as well. So the first part is now this is one frame at a time, and I'm going to use this. Okay. Now you're going to see little dots over here. Okay. Good thing about this is that good thing about this is that if you see something you would like to see closer, I can zoom in. Okay, now here's where I do actually zoom in with my camera. Okay, and it's right there. Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Holy cow.
So this was on the 30th of January. 30th of January? Yeah. Uh yeah. Let's see. Yeah, the 30th of January. Okay, now here's why I'm freaking is because literally a week later I broke my hip. And that's a whole
Oh my
nother.
gosh.
Yeah. Oh wow. There's a face up there. Sorry. Yeah, no, I broke my hip, and I ended up in Chattanooga. So that's why I was like, oh yeah, but it sure does look like a face to me over here too. I don't
That
know why.
is
Okay.
crazy.
Yeah. So here's this. Okay, and hold on. I want to look at this because also the paranormal stuff. It's just weird. I don't know. Sometimes you just see stuff in. Yes, right there. That sure does kind of look like a face to me. It's kind of round and looks like a face. Okay, I'm sorry.
It does.
Kind of got off the subject there. Okay, so let's go back to watching this do its thing, and
Thank you,
or as we,
everybody that just kind of popped in the last few minutes. Thanks so much
yeah,
for being here
shoot,
tonight, Crystal, Derek, Shane.
yeah, we're just getting started.
Miss Krista. Yeah, we're just getting started, guys.
All
Just
right.
saying.
So,
We're just
all
getting
right.
started. We have so much to unpack tonight.
Oh, there it is again. Okay.
I,
Now
I
this is what's.
I'm this is unbelievable.
Oh, thank
And
you.
it just blinked out like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it was there and then it was just gone.
Mm-hmm. And then, oh, see, look at that. Oh, look, and then it does this thing. So each of
Oh.
these are. This is a picture. Now the video is on my YouTube channel as well. Okay, it goes orange,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a point. Oh, there's a point where you can kind of see it down here too. Okay, now I'm just okay. There we go. So there's that, and see, it almost has a purple hue to it, like right in here.
Wow.
Right, and it sure does
Yeah.
look, and it sure does, yeah, it looks weird, and it sounds like a plane, but I guarantee you it's not a plane. Okay, and
Yeah. So was there sound with it that night? I mean,
it's just it was kind of like a, kind of like that.
okay.
Oh,
Okay.
this is where it gets weird. Okay, look at the light. Okay, so you can see that light there. You
Uh-huh.
can see it kind of turn there. It does that. Oh, and then it goes to that. See, it goes to that one.
Wow.
And then see how those change. Now remember, my mouse is in the same spot. I'm standing in the same spot. This is the only one of the few. Oh yeah, and then it starts to the lights. Yeah, lights up.
Mm-hmm.
This is only one of the few video UFOs I've actually filmed by hand.
Wow.
Everything is all mounted otherwise, but see it.
That's unbelievable.
Whoa, whoa, yeah. Now we were seeing things. Okay, now that's crazy thing. Me and my wife have both seen stuff like this. Oh, but here's where it gets weird because like there's lights over here, there's lights there, there, and there. Okay. Yeah.
This is wild.
And then yeah. So
And
it's
the,
still
and it's not behind a cloud, right? I mean, it's just
it's
kind
in
of like
front of a it's in front of a cloud because it was foggy.
right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. 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 And here's where it gets kind of weird. Okay. Here's where it gets weird. Okay. See. Do you see that? Okay. Now. Ooh. Do you see how that kind of like twisty?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Like, okay. Uh, yeah. And then it blends right here.
Huh.
That's right. Woohoo. That's the fun one. That was a fun one. I forgot about how fun that one
That's
is. Yes.
crazy. Derek, we're going to talk about
Woo.
that. We're going to talk about that in just a few minutes, okay? We're going
Yeah,
to
so it's like,
talk
wow,
about that. But
yeah.
yeah, I mean, that's
That's just
wild.
yeah, that was okay, that one actually kinda gave me the tingles because I was standing there and I was like, "Uh-oh." I was like, "Maybe it's time." Okay, I was like, "Maybe it's time." Okay, maybe
Yeah.
it's time because I've got a lot of I do
Right.
actually have a lot of UFO video and a lot of stuff, and I've had people I've had I've had people, yeah, I've had, let me start over again. Black SUVs come to our house, and my wife even asked me. She said, "What are those SUVs doing out there?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she's like, "Those black ones." I'm like,
You're like,
okay, now it's a dirt road to come up this hill. I live on Piney Mountain, Georgia. It's a dirt road, so I mean Piney Mountain in
they got to
Mineral
go
Bulk,
way
Georgia.
out of their way to be
Yeah, so people
to
okay, so
be.
people actually get, Airbnbs up here. They have cabins. As you can tell, this is a cabin. This was built,
Mhm.
as a cabin. So and here's the kicker is that they were backed up to the house, like and I've heard that they do that. They back up to where they're at, and then they were gone.
Huh.
I do have a landline that I've heard click a few times,
So
but
it was this before or after you took your footage to the base?
Oh, well, I haven't taken the try. No, well, yeah, no, that was the. Yeah, oh no, I got to tell you what happened with that. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so yeah, that was Arkansas. Yeah, so in Arkansas, they knew who I was. They said, yeah, at first when I was at the gate, they said, yeah, they said, Mr. Durant, we need for you to step out of the gate. This is the visitor gate. We need for you to step outside. And I'm like, all right. So then this guy, this soldier comes walking out and he's like, yes, we would like your thumb drive. I'm like, well, here you go. I brought it for you to have.
You're like, here you
I
go.
mean, why don't you talk to me and I can tell you how I find them? I showed you how I found them. I mean, gee, it's,
Yeah.
you know. So I don't know if it's anything they didn't already know, but they sure did fly over my house in 3 Black Hawk helicopters across right above a school. And I even my stepdaughter downstairs, she's like, "Oh yeah, what the heck is that?" And I said they were 3 Black Hawk helicopters with their guns out. And I was like, "All right, thank you." And if you want to know where I live, just call. They had my phone number too. Um, and then yeah, then the guy from MUFON comes to my house. I call him MUFON, and he comes to my house, and I actually show him on this monitor that I'm sitting in front of with this computer, and I showed him how we do it, and he bought me lunch, and we were at my house for 2 hours, and I gave him the thumb drive too, and said, "Here you go," and let me know, and the rest is history, and so that's
Right.
so those.
So
I mean, that's
let's say this. Let's do this.
mhm.
This is for entertainment purposes only.
Right, exactly.
We,
Right,
this is
exactly.
entertainment purposes only, fellow
Right,
people.
right,
This is
exactly.
all, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But the
exactly.
reason though, and I want to, the one of the things that I love so much about what you do on your
Mhm,
channel
mhm.
and in your Facebook group is, and you and I've talked about this,
I don't either, Derek.
you're at this is evidence based, right? Like this is
Mhm.
not, you're not out to explain an agenda, talk about an
Right,
agenda,
exactly.
or conspiracies or any of that.
Right,
It's you
exactly.
do this, just you figured out a way how to kind of figure out and see them and zoom in, and like this is just your
Yes.
method. This is your method of finding evidence.
That's exactly right. That is my
Yeah.
method for finding UFOs. I even have that on my YouTube channel. So if you go there and look up Lester Ann method for finding UFOs, it
Yes.
shows exactly how I just did it
How
with
you do it.
y'all. And it was fun finding the those others on there
Mm-hmm.
too, because with that video is 30 minutes long, and I think you can download it, or if not, I can also give you the link to that video. You can
Mm-hmm.
download the full 3 gigs worth and enjoy it. And my picture's on there anyway, so it's mine anyway. And
Of
but
course.
but use it as much as you like. I could
I
use
love it.
just that as a I use just that
As a tutorial. I
as a
mean,
tutorial. Yeah, right.
yeah,
And it was
you
just with an
know.
old phone, just this
Yeah.
old phone, and I just set it up, and I even teach people how to do it. And if you ever want to get on and do just like we're doing right now, if you want to
Mm-hmm.
StreamYard, or if you want to just message me or whatever, I can show you all the steps. Very
Absolutely.
easy, step by step, with manual
Well,
camera. And the main thing that I like is having an SD card, and also that you've got to get Velcro. Go to the
yeah, the
big
Velcro.
supermarket, get you some good Velcro, not that other stuff. But put it on any old phone, because if that
Right.
phone falls or breaks, hey, it's an old phone. But
Exactly.
yeah, you use it for
Exactly.
for UFOing or
Right.
ghosting. Yes,
So
it's
let's talk about what's in the news in the last 24 hours. And
yeah, it's fun
again,
coming,
this is for entertainment purposes only.
of course.
I have no facts of any kind of my very own. This is just news reports that have been coming out in the last 24 hours. And I'll just kind of, I did some bullet points, and I'm just going to go through them. So the New York Times back in 2017, actually, the story actually begins back in 2017. the New York Times actually ran an article talking about that the Pentagon had a secret UFO program, and 3 years later, the Pentagon confirmed that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they confirmed
Right.
that what was in that 2017 article
Mm-hmm.
was correct. That there was a secret program, right? Secret
Mhm.
UFO program.
Right.
So currently, now in the last 24 hours, a high-level intelligence agent who has turned whistleblower.
Mhm.
His name is David Grush. I hope I'm saying that right. Grush. That's it.
Mhm.
He has confirmed the existence of a secret UFO UAP craft retrieval program.
Ooh.
Now, David Grush is a Air Force veteran. He is a former member of the UAP
Mhm.
task force. He is
Oh, yeah.
veteran of the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency. And basically what happened was, the UFO UAP task force was renamed by the DoD, and now it's called All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, an acronym AARO, AARO. Now,
Okay.
after the task force was denied access to a broad crash, as this gentleman describes it, a broad crash retrieval program of, and his words are, non-human
Mhm.
and of exotic origin that have
Mhm.
landed or crashed.
Oh,
Those were
yeah.
his words.
I can show you it. Actually, I can show you something actually that would blow you away.
Okay.
I
So
promise.
so what he did, because the task force got denied access
Mhm.
to this program,
Right.
he filed a whistleblower's complaint, and
Right.
he was, saying that he says he gave classified proof of
Mhm.
this secret program to Congress and to the Intelligence Community Inspector General, and he gave it to the DoD Inspector General.
They already
He
have.
says, and
They
his words,
They already have it. They already have it. I'm sorry.
and then he says his words are that there is a quote, and I quote, there is a sophisticated disinformation campaign
Mhm.
targeting the US populace, which is
Uh-huh.
unethical and immoral, end
Yeah.
quote.
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
he also says that there are a large number of crafts in the possession of the government currently, and that that they have recovered some dead pilots.
Yeah.
And he says that he unfortunately can't show any photos or documents of anything like that because they are highly classified, and it is
Gotta know where to
also
look.
for national security reasons.
Yeah. Gotta know where to look.
Okay.
I'm sorry, to interrupt. Till Brown Dwarf, Gunslinger, in Arkansas was very. I love that. Gunslinger was my favorite strain. Um,
I love it. We go
I
from
love
talking about, like,
Gunslinger. Yeah. Well, no, I mean, because Gunslinger, because hey, if it wasn't for the weed, I mean, honestly, my eyes wouldn't have been open. And I tell people, I think I was probably high when I made that video. Okay, so let's get to the juicy stuff then. Okay, as you were talking, I put. Have you ever heard of Majestic 12 or MJ12?
I have. I've heard
You
of
have?
it. I
Okay,
have
would
heard of
you
it.
like to actually see that back in the 50s, I think it was, that 1954, that they were already doing this. So remember how I said that the government now this what I'm going to show you is was found online. Here's what you got to do. If you look under
Thank you, Derek.
Freedom of Information Act
Uh-huh.
plus so FOIA
The FOIA request.
FOIA
Uh-huh.
plus magic, MAJIC. Okay, magic. Okay, we're going to leave it at that. So I'm going to show you this PDF file. I can send you a copy of it. You can look for it. It is the retrieval manual. So I'm going to just show this with you right here so you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like. I have seen this elsewhere, so I know that it's true. This is the Majestic 12 Group Special Operations Manual. This is a top secret Magic Eyes only document containing compartmentalized information essential to the national security of the United States. Eyes only access to this material.
Wow.
April 1954. Okay. So now, so since we know that this was the 50s, let me go 19. There's okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Recovery operations, security, okay, extraterrestrial biological entities, living organisms, non-living organisms, guide to UFO identification. Okay,
Wow.
Magic 12 group personnel, okay, and photographs. Okay, this is all, you can find all this, the type of craft, all of this, blah, blah, blah. Okay, now I'm going to bring up the fact that you were asking about the smear campaign. So I'm gonna, if you look up at the Ronald Reagan, it will take you to the Ronald Reagan Library. Also, if you type in magic, okay, you're gonna find some stuff that was not redacted, okay, and by
Oh, wow.
redacted means they did not blacken it out. So I'm gonna, let me just use President. Let's see, Reagan. Okay. Okay, Reagan. Yeah, let me see. Oh, actually, I apologize. Let me look at my
No,
documents.
you're good. And
So,
Derek Galloway says that they still have Majestic 12.
yes, they do. Yeah, and the Majestic 12 is the very highest of all of the security clearances. The president of the United States is actually in the middle. Yeah, here we go. And yeah, he's actually in the middle. And let's see if the documents. I may just have to download it directly from my site here. So what I'm going to show you is I apologize for this. I'm going to show you the breakdown of the classifications. If you look up cosmic level alone is NATO is their highest level. That means that you would have information that would be fatal to NATO. That would be
Wow.
fatal. So
To
just
NATO.
fatal to NATO. If you look cosmic clearance,
Whoa.
just Google cosmic clearance or cosmic or clearance levels, clearance levels of the United States. Oh yeah. See,
But that's like
clearance.
that's crazy. I mean, that you
And if you
have
think,
something fatal to NATO.
yes, so fatal to NATO. And if you think about also the president is also he is a temp. I mean, that's really all he is. He is a temp. So he'll know that he knows that there's UFOs. But actually what I was going to show you is this actual document that you can find on the website of the presidential Ronald Reagan Presidential Library, and it tells you about actually, you know what? Let me just do this.
This is so wild. I mean, like, I had no idea how much information is really out there that we can
Yeah,
access ourselves.
yeah, here we
You
go.
know?
Yeah, so here is this is the organizational chart. I'm going to download this as well. Okay, there we go. And put this over here, right in my UFOs. It's always good to be organized, and when you're ADHD, it makes it even worse. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this in my UFO documents.
There we
That way I
go.
can save it. That way I won't have this problem again. Also, did you know about President Eisenhower and the?
I have heard the agreement supposedly that he had made
Yes.
with
Yeah.
the ETs. Yep, I have heard
Yep.
that.
So you can also search that. The Eisenhower briefing is what it is what it's called. And there we go. Okay. All right. So this will be just a few more seconds. Now let me pull up this organizational chart for you so you can kind of see where, and you can also Google this. All right. Now let me share the screen with you here. And right, and I appreciate your patience here with me on that.
No,
All
this is
right,
great.
and let's see. All right, present.
I am loving this.
All right. Okay, good. All right. I appreciate it. All right. So yeah, there it is. Okay, it's my okay, organizational chart. All right. So here's Majestic 12. Okay. There's cosmic level, Luna level, ultra level, stellar level, astral level, cosmos level, triad, orbit, Z. The president's right around here. So even top secret crypto is only down here, just below the president, and then it goes down below that. Okay, restricted, confidential, secret, top secret. You're like, yeah, right, whatever. See,
Wow.
these aren't even no, not
Look
when
at
it's
all the levels that are above the president.
yes, yes. And
Wow.
you know, like I said, look them up. Look up ultra level. Look up Luna level. Look up cosmic level. It will blow you away. And then look up what it takes to
To
get
be
these levels.
there.
You have to sign your life away to get these levels. So hope, you know, if you are one smart cookie, hey, get you a cosmic level, but you know, you're going to
Wow.
be tied to it for the rest of your life, or there will be a bullet with your name on it. I mean, generally that's the way that they do that.
Oh,
So now, yeah. All right. So now that I was able to download that other PDF, I'm going to show you. Now, do you have a pen, real quick?
I do.
Okay, I'm going to read you some numbers real quick because
Okay.
this is the name of the PDF that you would be searching. Okay, it's going to be 40 654
Mhm.
209 23 7723 046 002 2021. That's the name of the PDF.
0201.
Let me see. 002 and then 2021 and then dash 2021.
Oh, 2021. All right.
Yeah. Okay. It's going to look like this. So let me, can you see this already?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Ronald Reagan Presidential Library, Digital Library Collections. This is a PDF of a folder from our textual collections. Okay. This is it. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. This is kind of like the handout. Oh, by the way, Mr. President, guess what? UFOs are real. And this is how we know. Okay. Now I'm gonna take you to page 19 because I've seen this a couple times. Actually, let's do this right here like that. And then okay, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18. Oh, let's see who is on Majestic 12. Oh, well, look, these were the originals.
The
Uh,
original
yes,
Majestic 12.
Forrestal. If you look up Secretary Forrestal, you'll see that he committed suicide. I wonder why. And then Nathan Twining, yeah. So okay, top secret magic, MAJIC, eyes only. Remember, we've seen that before. Remember,
Right.
on another piece of it. Now, here's what I do is, I try to, you know, say, hey, look, we've seen this before, so put this in your folder, and keep everything in your folder. So then, when you do make the conclusions, then it makes it easier. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so. Now, okay, all right, okay. So they were talking about. This is eyes only. They're talking about UFOs right here. Now I'm going to skip to it because this talks about Roswell. In spite of these efforts, little of the substance was learned about the objects until a local rancher reported that one had crashed in the remote region of New Mexico, located approximately 75 miles northwest of Roswell Army Air Force Base, or Air Base, now Walker Field. On July 7, 1947, that's an interesting number, 7 and 7. A secret operation was begun to assure recovery of the wreckage of this object for scientific study. During the course of this operation, aerial reconnaissance discovered that 4 small human-like beings had apparently ejected from the craft at some time or some point before it exploded. These had fallen to the earth about 2 miles east of the wreckage site. All 4 were dead and badly decomposed due to action by predators and exposure to the elements during the approximately 1 week time period which that had elapsed before their discovery. A special scientific team took charge of removing these bodies for study. The wreckage of the craft was also removed to several different locations. Here's where it gets interesting. Civilian and military witnesses in the area were debriefed, and news reporters were given the effective cover story that the object had been a misguided weather research balloon.
Wow.
Mhm. And then it goes on. It goes on from there. A covert analytical effort organized by General Twining and Dr. Bush, acting in direct orders. Blah 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 blah. Okay, so that's why I was kind of like, we've heard it before. We've heard it before.
Yeah.
But so
Yeah,
yeah,
but not a lot of people know about that. Not a lot of people
right.
know.
So
Hang on one sec. Derek has a question. He said, "Can you ask Lusk what he thinks of the 1996 Virginia, Brazil alien incident? Is that it? Vargina?
I don't know.
Vargina? VARGINHAHHA.
I'm not exactly sure, unless maybe you're talking about Fatima. Now
Was
the
that where
with
they
Mother Mary and all that too.
or there was also is that the Derek, can you elaborate on that? Was that the um trying to remember, is that the one like with the school children, like where it like
Oh,
a
maybe.
craft, maybe that's what he's talking about, the craft
Oh
that like
yeah, sure. Definitely. So, the here's my take on them is that they're just watching us, or they're just looking after us. Yeah, and alien bodies were recovered. Yeah,
oh
definitely.
okay.
Now, are they all aliens? Now, remember how the government said that they have their own UFOs? Well, yeah, that explains super soldiers. By the way, if you ever heard of what a super soldier is, that
On my channel
explains.
they have.
Yeah, that's right. I've
We
got a
talk
very
about
good
so
friend.
many crazy things.
Got a good friend of mine who's a super soldier. I've been on his show like 11 times. Yeah,
That's
crazy
true.
guy. Yeah. But that doesn't mean that they don't have the really fast ones, because I know they don't have these UFOs that move like within seconds.
Mhm.
Uh, I know that for a fact. Just there's just no way. Um, there's a lot of them that just kind of move around. They're the fast
Mhm.
walkers. They're just they're everywhere. And
Right.
I'm getting to where I get different kinds of cameras to look after them. This is a full spectrum camera.
Yeah. Show some of your equipment that you use and
Yes,
talk.
okay,
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about some of the other equipment other than just
definitely.
using a regular cell phone. Yeah.
Right, yeah, definitely. So I've got that, and then I've got this little handy cam right here. This is just a 4K handy cam, and I just kind of open it up, and I didn't realize that you can actually get lenses for these. And like this right here is a IR lens, so it's very dark.
Wow.
It's way dark, yeah. But you just screw it in, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's
Um,
awesome.
yeah, with the aliens, of course, yeah, there's many different kinds. Okay, so there's this. I set this out for about 2 hours a day, and I keep track. I even set the timer on the microwave. Um, not um, not all the time, of course, is it very clear up here. So that's why I like some of those places. Dang, I wish
Mhm.
like we had many of these, especially where you've got a lot of sun. That's one thing I miss about Texas is the sunsets. They're really cool. Um, I did actually get some UFOs down there too. All right, then this right here is a full spectrum camera. These are mostly used for ghost hunting, and
Mhm.
I think mostly ghost hunting. In fact, I got this from Ghost Stop actually, but it shows all the different colors like the blues and the
Right.
purples, and but I did discover a couple of objects just recently with it, and it's pretty nuts the way that the way that it is. And then I also use for For ghost hunting, I use a REM pod that is used for electromagnetic field,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll see if anything shows up over here too. And sometimes it does. It's been a few days since we've talked to the spirits. But yeah, so with the it's so easy. All you got to do really. I heard that already going off.
I know. I just heard it. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So here's the most. This is really an expensive way. No, it's not. So you get your old phone. You're gonna put your Velcro on one side and your opposite on the other. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna aim this up to the sky, and then you're like, hey, all right, wow, look at that. That's kind of cool. And see, and then what you do is then you just hit record and you have it set for 45 minutes, and then you make sure that it goes to your SD card. Then what you do is like, well, then you're wondering how in the world do I get it off my phone? That's all right. There's a free program. Yeah. I've got good ears now too. Called CX, C as in Charlie, X as in X-ray, CX File Explorer on Google Drive
Google Play.
Google Play. On for the iPhone users, I like ES, but it's kind of spendy. So then what you do is you just transfer your file, or you use the cord and you just plug it into your phone, and then you plug it into your computer. Then you get SM player, and then you go through it and you
In that same way. Yeah.
download and do it the same way, right? And then if you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to show you how to do it.
And if anybody missed the like in the very beginning of the show,
Mhm.
Les kind of went through with, how he actually does it, like what
Right.
the programs he uses, and you
Yeah.
can also go to his channel, um,
Mhm.
U UFO and Orbs. No,
Objects and orbs.
Objects and Orbs. I'm sorry,
Yes.
Objects and
That's all right.
Orbs.
All right.
And you can check out his channel, and
Yeah.
definitely go and subscribe to his channel. Show him some love over there.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, so okay, let's talk ghosts. Let's
Yes.
talk
Ooh, all
ghosts.
right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, well, all right. So, I was married for 23 years, and I lost my wife due to diabetes, and I was working at the radio station and in Texas, and it was just me, and I kept seeing these shadow figures, and I kind of figured that I didn't know that they were ghosts, but oh, thank you, Chiro. Thank you, Chiro
Yeah.
Sounds. Um,
Thanks,
so
Derek.
yeah, they subscribe. Thank you. And so, um, I had a feeling, or an empathy, an empath feeling, that it was my wife just looking in on me. I didn't kind of realize it was ghosts or anything
Mhm.
like that, but I figured that maybe she was just looking down on me. Um, well, then it got to a point where it was just kind of like, okay, it's just like, this is just kind of crazy. It's just kind of like, okay. And then almost like, hey, you're bothering me. Well, um, in the meantime, she had been passed for a few years, and then I had re-met the love of my life from the island of Guam, and her name's Claudette. And so we ended up getting married. Actually, we were military brats together, and we knew
Oh,
each other back in 1980. So
that's
our anniversary's coming up. Yeah. And actually today's the anniversary of
congratulations.
the proposal. So yeah.
Oh,
Um, but
congratulations.
thank you. But so she said so she came down to Texas, and I was like, all right, and her husband passed away of the exact same thing my wife did too. So
Wow.
it was kind of meant to be. Thank you. That's great. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Um,
Thanks,
and
James.
so anyway, she said, "Oh yeah, well I'm a ghost hunter." I'm like, "Yeah, okay. How do you do that?" She said, "Oh, it's very easy. All you do is you just take your phone and you hit the audio recorder, and then you just ask it questions and crank it up, and then you can actually hear what they call EVPs." So I was like, "Ah, that's cool." So we did that and got some really cool EVPs, and then we came down here to Georgia to help with my mom and dad, and we went to this haunted house, and we were started getting orbs and we got thank Midwest Night Watchers too. Thank you. So they we got orbs, and we also got all kinds of just crazy stuff. So that's kind of how we got into that. And once again, it was sort of around the pandemic, and we were kind of learning more about these different objects that you can use to get in touch with the spirits. And then I ran into these guys called Twin Paranormal on YouTube, and they're amazing. They have a Patreon account and everything. They don't have their own show yet, but they need to. They're incredible. And we objects and orbs have kind of taken their mentality of just being respectful to the spirits. You walk in and, hey, thank you for using our equipment, and
Yeah.
it's great. And same thing with the entities up there. Thank you for showing yourself to me,
Right.
and that's great. So we noticed that that they were using this exact same equipment, this one called Spirit Talker and Spirit Music Box.
Mm-hmm.
And I like them because a lot of people think that they're loaded, and these are not loaded. You don't pay for any kind of dictionary or anything like that, or monthly subscription. It's just like a couple bucks. It's like $4 or something on Google Play, and I think on the
I have
iPhone
it
store.
too. I
Ooh,
use
yeah.
Spirit Talker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's amazing. And then there's Spirit Music Box, and this right here is this is my new baby over here too. This is another one of their apps that they put out.
Mm-hmm.
I really like it because it works like a yes no box. And so what it'll do, it's going to calibrate, and then it will whatever it does, it's all of the spirits that are doing it. So I'm going to kind of pull this up right here, but I'm not going to turn it on yet. Now, today I did hook up my mixer to all of the spirit talkers, so we should be able to hear them all as they go off. So I'm going to turn them all on, and they are in airplane mode. And for your listeners and viewers, I'm going to tell you about some of the things we might be able to hear. One is the settlement, and that's basically Spirit Music Box. Yeah, and so we live about a mile from a Native American stone circle, and also where they started the Trail of Tears.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
and then we're up on a
Okay.
mountain up here, so there were settlers up here. So there was a
Mm-hmm.
skirmish, not like a Civil War kind of thing, but a skirmish between the settlers and Native Americans. And so you're going to hear something like, "We fought here, uh, we settled here, the settlement, them yelling at each other, she killed me, or she's loud, or those kind of things." And then you're going to hear some of our resident ghosts. We have Gary and his wife Edith, and he is somebody that we actually looked up, and we have an obituary for him from this town, Mineral Bluff, Georgia.
Wow.
And yeah, and he's great. Um, and
That's
then his wife Edith, yeah, and that's a whole nother story too. About my wife lost her debit cards, and it said turn right, and we found him, and all this stuff. And we said, "What's your name?" And it said Williams Gary, and we looked it up. And then there's another guy who is back here. His name is Jeff, and I think that he helps Gary and his wife Edith help transition some of these people that are in here.
okay.
It's like a trail. It's like a trail of people. So do these people always haunt up here? No, they don't. They're just up here visiting because hey, there's a guy with a mic, and hey, we found out we can talk to him. That's really what it
Right.
is. So these are some of the things that you might hear. Okay. And when I turn them on, you might hear stuff, and I'll walk you through what to say, and then we're going to turn on the Spirit Music Box. The Spirit Music Box works like a yes no, so it'll go ding for yes, and then ding ding for okay. And then anything after that, they could be messing with you. Then the REM pod over here, could go off. We'll see. All right,
Okay.
so let's see what happens. All right,
Let's
so I'm
go.
gonna
Live investigation.
yes, you can turn that on, and that's that one going off. We already know. Thank you. Hush. Oh, off. Sorry. Hush. Okay, that's fine. So at least you know that works. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and right up here. All right. There we go. Okay. And then I'm going to start this. Okay. Now that's all by a proximity effect. Is there anybody here that would like to say hello? What is your name?
Dance.
Dance. Okay. Oh yeah,
Torch.
we get dance a lot. Torch. Oh yeah. So these things look like torches to them. Thank you. Now see, is that me? Maybe. No. Okay. If I'm close to it. Okay. All right. Now don't be afraid of this equipment. It will not hurt you in any way. Intelligent. That one just said intelligent. Well, thank you.
That's right.
Yes. All right.
Nice compliment.
And yeah, thank you. All right, we appreciate it. And my name is Les, and this is Marty, right?
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Yes. Is there anybody here that would like to say hello?
We won't harm you.
That's okay. Yeah, that's fine. Please don't harm me.
He's here.
Who's here? Oh, I guess maybe me. Oh, Jeff, are you here? There's another person that always likes to show up, and that's Claudette's grandmother named Florence. She shows
Okay.
up a lot. She shows up a lot. No, these are actually like this is just basically an app that you can get. It works sort of like an Ovilus.
Baby.
Oh, baby, what kind of baby? You can also get a spirit music, or you can get a spirit box. It's like a radio. Yes, it's like a radio that goes through these different frequencies, and you can hear them talking on there. One of these days, I'm going to do a live one of that, but sometimes the sound of it kind of gets.
Emergency.
What kind of emergency? That was the one in the back.
Nicola.
Oh, hello, Nicola.
Girl.
Girl. So we got Nicola, girl. Cool. So if I had a bingo card, here's what I want you to do. Like every time it answers what we ask it, then that's a B, then INGO and then bingo, and then we're good. That way we know that this is working. So far it's on cue.
My arms.
Don't worry about your arms. You don't need them anymore. A lot of times they don't know really what that they're
Your
dead.
face. You look the same.
Oh, look, your face, and then it said you look the same. Well, maybe.
Good night, Gary.
Yeah. Interesting. Yes.
That is pretty
Florence.
crazy.
Oh, Florence. Hey, Florence. That's Claudette's grandmother, Florence. Woohoo! That's a bingo. Hey, all right. I gotta tell my wife, hey, baby, Florence is here. Florence showed up. Of course she did.
Usually.
Yes, we love her. Oh, hey, can you bring me the picture real quick?
She likes my show.
Yeah.
Florence likes my show.
Yes. Oh. Ta-da. Oh, we love Florence. Florence is the bomb. I mean, she is. We love her. We love her.
Your face.
This is Florence.
Aw, so beautiful.
Oh yeah, and then that also said your face again. That's right.
Aw.
Again, it said your face. Yes, so that's Florence. Yep. She's okay. So then the question comes up of that. Can you talk to your relatives? Of course you can. You can talk to your relatives if you know where they are.
I understand what you say.
Thank you. I understand what you say. You can talk to your relatives, but like I can't bring my relatives from Utah to Georgia. At least I don't think I've ever been able to. But with her, I think with my wife, I think she has an attraction to her grandmother. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
yeah, because I definitely believe that they can come and go. You know what I mean? That they have like I mean, for lack of a better term, free will. That they can come and go, and if they want to be there, they're going to be there. Or if you call them, that they'll come. I believe in that 100%.
Right. 100%. Yeah.
Now
and
I will tell you something interesting that had happened. Krista, that was in here a little earlier from Blondes and Blues Paranormal. I think it was like 2 weeks ago they were doing, one of her team members was on location at a place called the Hill House in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
So they were there doing an investigation. Krista is in Missouri, and then I'm here in South Florida. I was running the Spirit Talker. Now, I had my headphones on.
Right.
So it's not like my phone could hear anything that was happening on the show, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because I had my headphones on.
Right.
But I turned on Talker,
Mm-hmm.
and my responses that were coming through on the Spirit Talker matched what was going on at Hill House.
Wow. Wow. That's awesome. And that just went
We
off.
were blown away.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. That's
Blame.
yeah, that's awesome. That is so cool. That's how I know that these work. And that's, you don't have to have a bunch of them like I do. You just one, or you can put it on the
Don't
phone.
be afraid.
Yeah, don't be afraid. Just
Exactly.
put it on your phone that works, right? I mean, who
Mhm.
cares? But
Yeah.
a lot of people do have extra phones, and
Be cautious.
okay, good point. She just said be cautious, or they said be cautious. So if it ever says like Satan or witchcraft or get out of here or anything like that, say no. This equipment has been designed so we can talk to you. This is the year 2023, and this equipment has been made so we can now communicate with you. And it's not spiritual or anything like that in any way. It's just a matter of
Demon.
no,
tool.
that just said demon. That just said demon. No, it's not anything like that. Um,
It's a
yeah,
tool, right?
yes, yeah, it is. It's definitely just a tool. So, what is the the best app for spirit talking? Spirit
Yeah.
Talker.
It's
Yeah,
called Spirit Talker.
Spirit
Mhm.
Talker. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
let me see.
had an injury.
You did.
And yeah, what kind of injury?
He scares me.
Oh, who scares you? Well, and see, I think Florence. So Florence is the grandma, and you can. Okay, so if you also go to my YouTube channel and look up Florence, Grandma Florence checks in or something like that, yeah, that's that's her again on there as well. But if you look at a lot of my other podcasts, I think even with Russ, uh, Florence shows up quite a bit. Let me see. I'm going to pull up Spirit Talker on here too.
Well, one
And
of the other things that I love about Spirit Talker is that it keeps
Demon.
a log.
it sure does. Yes, it
It
sure does.
keeps a log of every word that came up, the date and the time, and it keeps everything in a little file.
Like sort of like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's hard to see, right?
kind of hard to see. Yeah.
Yeah. But it will keep a log
Mhm.
of all of your responses that you
Yes,
get.
exactly. Yeah.
So
In
if you
fact,
forget,
I threw
or
something.
what'd they say?
it said I threw something.
Oh, I threw something.
Yeah.
Huh.
Interesting. Yeah. Uh, yeah. And then so now I'm going back and it's like, oh, okay. Um, do you believe that spirits are doing an aerial vision of synchronized swimming? Really, it's a spider web. Oh, yeah, right, sure. Um, and that,
Where was that?
uh, yeah, no, actually, that was something that came up, because we were going to talk about
Cross.
when you are parts of all these different groups and stuff. Then you get all these people like, oh no, that ain't real. There's no such thing. Blah 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 blah
Yeah,
blah.
yeah, yeah.
And it's cool. And then lately they've been kind of shutting up, which is good because I'm trying to provide even better and clearer evidence.
Hmm.
Hey, look, this is what I've got.
Right.
Yeah, because I actually haven't even shown you some of the stuff at night. If you want to see something freaky, I'll show you something really freaky.
Let's do
Yeah.
it.
All right. So yeah, let me pull this up right here and let's see. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, two things. Let's see. Two things about the house. Okay. Oh yeah, two. Now this is with the security cam. And let's see. So okay. We just got us a new puppy too. All right. And 3. Okay. All right, sorry about that. It's gonna be just 1 second here. I was like two things. Oh, two. Oh yeah, two eyes. Yeah, two eyes. Two sets of eyes right here. All right. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then yeah, this is another. This is actually good that I'm showing you this because um, there is also. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Wow.
Well,
Sorry.
here on this channel, we love it all.
All right, there we go.
We talk about all kinds of things.
Okay,
So
there we go. Yeah. And two sets of something on the house. All right, there we go. Okay, so yeah, rewind this back. Now there we go.
thank you,
All right, now I'm
Sheila.
gonna share this with you so you can see it.
Okay.
And there we go. All righty. There we go. Okay. This way. Okay. Now, so it's May 22nd and 2023. Now, here's the interesting thing is the day before this happened, me and my wife experienced something that was kind of weird. We saw this glowing white light that kind of came into our house. Now you got to remember, we live up here surrounded by trees and forest, and it also seemed like it came into our window. Then the next day is when we had a family come in to our house from Idaho for my stepdaughter's graduation. So this was kind of weird. So a lot of these kind of weird things happen. Now, so I'm over here looking at this area of the house. Now watch this and see what happens. Let me make this a little bit bigger here. And then, yeah, there we go. Okay, here it goes. Keep an eye on this over here. And then all of a sudden, okay, here we go. Oh, did you see that?
What the heck?
Yeah. Yeah.
They're moving in like,
Yeah. They're not done.
what?
Yeah.
Those are not bugs.
Right?
I
This guy's like,
mean,
you honestly believe that that's not a spider? Well, keep going, dude.
oh my
You
gosh.
think that that's a spider? Yeah. 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 And all the while, everything else is just flying over the.
Right. And everything is all random except that. Like that is like in perfect
Yeah.
unison.
Ooh, what was that?
Wow.
Oh, I think. Oh, well, look at that little thing. Yeah, I know. It looks like a triangle to me.
Hey
Okay.
there,
Now,
AJ. And thank you, Sheila. I appreciate that, hun.
okay. Now here's
That's
where it gets fun.
crazy.
Okay. Now we're still looking at the same video. Okay. Now I'm just gonna play this, and you can just look at it for whatever it is. All right. So here goes.
Okay. What?
Okay, right. Now, did you see that blinking light in between all the
Yeah. I mean,
trees?
it looks like,
Now watch
I mean,
this. Oh,
yeah.
oh. Let me go back down here. Okay. Yes.
Wow.
Right here. Now look at that. So see, like right there, it's trying to catch your eye, right? But when something is going on down here, that lights up, and then all of a sudden, bam! It turns into a triangle.
Wow.
Yeah. So how do we know? Well, let's take a look. Kind of looks like it to me. Okay, so let's rewind back. Boom. That one's coming down. It looks like it's wrapping around, and all of a sudden those lights light up right there.
Now, how far away do you think those little, I don't even know what that is. It looks like a
Thing.
snake going across that like light those like how far away do you think those are?
Oh gosh, at least a mile or so, maybe a little less, maybe a quarter of a mile. But
Thank you, Jessica.
now see
Jessica, you need to have less on your show.
oh, thank you. So I was also trying to debug bugs, and rods and stuff like
Uh-huh.
that, right? So I decided, hey, what the heck? I'm going to get me a bug zapper. So I got me a bug zapper, and we're just kind of
And so
doing
you're
that. Hmm.
yeah, you're just kind of like, okay, well, let's see how bugs move and let's see how they
Right. Now, did you see how that one disappeared?
yeah,
Well, actually, this one goes down there, but like Russ was saying, oh, wait, oh, actually, no, that one's right there. So now, are they all always bugs? Do they all always get zapped? No.
huh,
So here's the thing, right? Those look different
yeah,
than what we were looking at before, right? So now
yeah.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom forward. Now let's see. Now
What the
do
heck was that?
right? Does that look like what we just saw? No.
No.
No, that looks different. See and see how oh, look,
And
it
it
did
just like zoomed away. What the heck?
that was kind of cool. I didn't even
And
notice that.
now Jessica Jones, Miss Jessica Jones, Jessica. Now he's in
I'm in Mineral Bluff, Georgia.
Mineral Bluff, Georgia.
Near Blue Ridge. Yeah.
She's also in Georgia.
Oh,
So
okay. Yeah.
yeah, Jessica's got an amazing show as well. You'll have to. I gotta hook you guys up.
Yeah. So here's how I do it. Now you can see at the top. Okay, the time's 11:57:06.
Uh
Right.
huh.
So I'm just holding down the. So these are the seconds going by and the minutes. Then if I see anything that looks weird, oh, what was that? So something looked kind of weird. See how I just kind of saw that? Let's watch that.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks weird.
Oh my gosh.
That was strange. Right? And then
What
see
the?
like that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wait. It goes more up. Let's see.
Wow.
It keeps going up and then it comes. Oh, it came back.
That is crazy. And
Yeah.
this is you just took this when like
Oh,
May
look at that.
22nd.
Wait a second. Oh, that was kind of fun. Look at this. There goes. Okay. Oh, my.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Now anybody can do this. Now here's the cool thing. Let me stop sharing with you. I'm gonna let me come back over here and do
That's
this. So
crazy.
yeah, anybody can do this. Let me see if I've got my other security cam. Hold on a sec.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it's been busy. All right, so okay, I'll hush for just a sec. Okay, so here's the spirit uh, music or spirit box
Mhm.
radio, and I've got that. And then okay, so this is the camera that I use, right? So what you do, it's a Wi-Fi camera. Now, do you have to have the app to get this? Okay. Now, what after you pull up your app, you hit record, and this will just stay recording until you hit
Until
stop.
you turn it
But
off.
you
Yeah.
don't set it to do just motion activation. You have to manually make sure to hit it to record. So you have to manually make it record. All right.
Right.
Then then set your timer somewhere and then just hit stop. All right. Then after you're done with that, then you go back into your app and you find the video that you're looking for and share it. So you can share it to your computer, you can share it to whatever your drive or something like
Mhm.
that. And that's another way to get it off of there. And so like what I'll do is I'll go in and I'll share it and then just go back and watch 6 hours worth within just a few minutes. Um, and then now the good thing about SM Player is it also has a bookmark deal, so you can leave bookmarks. Um, so then you can say, "Hey, I stopped here" or whatever, and go from there. And then like on a rainy day or whatever, you got stuff to watch. And this is good for people who are shut in, or just people who need something to
Well,
do.
I think you I think I definitely get where you're talking about like don't set it to do motion activated because a
Mhm.
lot of times things are happening so fast
Right.
or a bug triggers it but you
Hmm.
miss the activity because it was
Right.
like yeah, so I get what you're saying why you want to set it for a specific length of time
Right.
and leave it recording the entire time so that you're
Yes.
getting everything in between those little bugs coming around.
Right, and I'm glad I had that video and I showed that video to you because that way you can
Awesome.
see there's a difference between bugs
Completely.
and those other white things that are just, like, freaking out all over the
Right,
place.
but that's another reason why I was telling you earlier tonight, like, I love what you do
Oh, thank
because
you.
it's evidence-based. You're trying to
Right.
debunk and show everybody, this is
Mhm,
what a real bug looks like, and this is what
mhm.
how it behaves and how it looks on the
Right.
camera.
Mhm.
Now look at this because this is completely not
Right.
a bug. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
it's I love that you do
No.
that, that you're not just kind of throwing up this thing going, "Yeah, look at this,"
Mhm.
and you're not trying to debunk things and you're not
Right.
trying to,
So then
figure it out and think it might be something else, you know? I mean, we
right.
always have to do that. We have to be so responsible about things like that, right? When
Exactly,
we're
right,
looking and
and
sharing, evidence and
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
and the thing is you wonder, okay, well, is that paranormal? Is that ghost? Or is that ET?
Yeah.
Or is that something in between? Well,
Yeah.
that's where I think this is just my own personal belief
Mhm.
because, uh, quantum physics, quantum mechanics, like, it's just because we're taking pictures of it, we're bringing it into light is what we're doing, so
Mhm.
we're bringing something that is we have no idea what it is. You get to a point where, you've got matter and space and everything. Then you get to a point where you can't comprehend. And I think that's what that is stuff you just can't comprehend.
Yeah.
And I have caught some stuff on my full spectrum camera too, with just of that kind of stuff. And I'm like, oh,
Well,
that's
let me ask you, do you think,
mhm,
well, you said that when you were in Texas, you got some things,
mhm,
on film in Texas. So it's,
mhm,
but do you think where you are currently right now, you're on the top of a mountain, you're very
mhm,
secluded. Do you
right.
think it really helps that, you're not having a lot of other light traffic? You know what I mean? You're not having a
Yes.
lot of houses around you. It does make it a little easier to get things on
Yeah,
film.
it sure does. Yeah.
But is there any possible way though that some of these things that you're seeing, could they be elementals or
Yeah.
fae or slipping, things slipping in
Yeah.
and out of dimensions? Or
Yeah.
do you think that those are also possibilities of some
Of
of these things?
course, of course. Derek just said, that could have been a fairy flying, and I don't know if that was a
Oh,
joke, but yes, but no, but fairies, yes.
on the
Yes, I've
same
had people.
wavelength, Derek.
I've had people tell me that that's what those are fairies. I was like, yeah. I think Russ told me that. Russ even said he thought that they were fairies. He's like, oh yeah, mate, those are fairies. I was like, yeah, okay, and sounds about right. And
Yeah.
and that's one of those things that once you start googling them or
Mm-hmm.
paranormal caught on camera,
Right.
when it's the pandemic and you're watching 20 hours of that,
Mm-hmm.
you see stuff
Mm-hmm.
and you put it together. Once you
Yeah.
start putting the puzzle together, that's what me and my wife did. Is we put the puzzle together. It wasn't just one outlet. It was all different ones. It was History
Right.
Channel. It was Discovery. It was all these different ones. And that's where I had seen that. Even the same thing with that UFO PDF before. I'd seen that before. So when I was like, oh my
Mhm.
gosh, an unredacted version. That's wonderful. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but there you go. Definitely. Yeah. There's I love orbs. That's why I've got objects and orbs too, you know.
Do you know that's the one thing, like, I've seen a lot of craziness. I've seen weird things, heard
Mhm,
weird things,
mhm.
experienced weird things,
Mhm.
missing time. Actually, I was with Jessica Jones actually in the North Georgia mountains, where
Wow.
we had me, uh, Jessica, and my son and myself. We were up there doing a little investigating, and that night we had some Sasquatch activity and
Oh.
missing time all at
Oh,
this, all
wonderful.
together. And it was crazy. It was just a
Oh, yeah.
crazy, yeah, it was a crazy trip.
Did you get a chance to go to the Bigfoot Museum?
I did not. We did not make
Oh,
it
it's
there.
down
We
the
didn't make
street
it
from
there.
me. It's down the street. I live like 2 miles. Well, not 2 miles. I live about
Oh,
6 miles from there. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
telling you though, I love it up there. It is so beautiful.
Oh,
It just Oh, oh, heaven. It's heaven, 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 heaven. I did
Yes.
not want to leave. I did
Yes.
not.
Oh, yeah. So we get a lot, but the thing is that a lot of the stuff you can still get on your
Mhm.
cameras in your city. You can
Yep.
get a lot of the stuff on your cameras in your living room. I love that kind of stuff because a lot of that, you can't really explain that. A lot of people think
Right.
it's dust, but after a while, it ain't dust. Especially
Mm-hmm.
when you start to see different people. Let's see. All right.
It's amazing. Now
Okay.
you share, okay, we talked about that you do share all of these things on your
Yes.
YouTube channel, but you
Yes.
also do, hi War Criminal 7. You also do share a lot of this, I mean, on your in your Facebook group as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're like so, and I love that about you. You're so like, look guys, this is what I caught, or this is what was
Hmm.
there this day or that
Yeah.
night, or you're so open about it,
Yeah.
and open to and here's another important thing. Les is open to questions. If
Right.
you ask him what kind of camera or what kind of lens or
Of
where he
course.
shot it or
Yeah.
how he shot it or how he found it, he
Yeah.
will tell you. And
37 millimeter. Yeah.
that's what that and that and another that is another thing that
Yeah.
set you apart, Les. And I want you to know that
Thank you.
you
Oh, thank you.
you are set apart in that way because on Facebook, and here we are in the age of AI now, right? Now we're
Hmm.
in AI,
Right. Yeah.
and so many people are posting Sasquatch photos, this
Right.
photo, that photo, whatever. A lot of it
Mhm.
now is, coming out to be hoaxes and coming out to be AI and all these other things. And this is what I tell everybody. This is what I say. This is my
Mhm.
rule of thumb, Marty's rule of thumb.
Mhm.
If you don't see what the person is telling you is in the photo, ask
Right.
questions. I'm not saying
Yeah.
call them a hoaxer. I'm
Yeah.
not saying call them anything other than just ask questions. Now, what
Yeah.
I find happens when you start asking questions, they stop posting weird, crazy photos that they don't want
Mhm.
to talk about, and they don't
Yeah.
want to give you context, and they don't want to give you information. They
Yeah.
will stop posting in your groups. They will do, but all you have to do, you don't have to be mean, you don't have to be rude, you don't have to kick them
Yeah.
out. Just start asking questions, folks. That's it. And
All
when
right.
somebody can't give you answers,
Mhm. Now
then
remember I
think
told you
about it.
I got some cryptid too. Okay.
Oh,
Now
that's
ask me some
right.
questions about this. I'll tell you what. You asked me some questions, and so I will tell you this is in Arkansas.
Okay.
This was in 2021. In fact, this was February 18th. We had a horrible snow. My wife is a caregiver. So, okay, now we're going to leave that at that. So, I'll just tell you that we were at a gentleman's house that we got kind of snowed in. So, I'll let you look at that, and you tell me. Will tell you that this is what I consider a Bigfoot picture, and the Bigfoot Museum, they were pretty interested in it. So,
Yeah,
I'll
I mean, right off the bat, I'm seeing the tightrope walk,
mhm,
that tightrope,
yeah.
the feet, the tracks in line with each other.
Mhm,
Um, but I'm also interested about the whole, like the tracks to the left,
yeah.
because they
So that
seem to
would have
kind
been
of
mhm,
don't go anywhere.
right. So that was almost a turnaround if you think about it, right?
Okay.
So that could have been me turning around, seeing this, and
Okay.
then coming back and taking a picture of it,
All right. Got you. All right.
right? Okay.
Mm-hmm. So
So
what is that? Is that a barn, a chicken coop,
it's an
or
old yeah, okay. So it's an old barn that has two old like garages in it. Like one would be more of the outdoors equipment, and one would be more of like the uh, place where you would build stuff inside of it. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the thing about this is that this gentleman had lived there pretty much all his life, and he's in his 90s, and she
Mm-hmm.
ended up passing away. And we had this bad storm, and he ended up dying there. And so
Oh my
while we
goodness.
were there, and we got snowed in with him. They actually had to have um, had to have a four-wheeler come get him. Okay, so then I'm going to show you another picture. Well, I can't show you that. Well, I can show you that right away. Let's do that. Okay, this is my next one. Now this right here is kind of fun. This is the same day. This is the same, like this, probably the next day when it was sunny outside. Me and my stepdaughter went outside and we saw these tracks, and I'm like, what the heck is that?
I'm
Okay,
thinking maybe it's a rabbit.
that's very possible. That is very possible. Now let's take a look. Here's where I
I see.
sometimes will kind of pause, yeah, because to see how there's not really a hole
Uh-huh.
right here. Okay, now this is a crepe myrtle. We talked about a crepe myrtle
Right.
earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but look how it gets bigger, and then the claws get a lot bigger. Now watch this. See how there's a step to the side?
Yeah.
So how does that come into play, right? So it starts there, gets bigger, and then does that. Look at those things. Now
What
those are some,
the heck?
right? Yeah, exactly. Now those are some claws right there. Let me go back and let me see if this is a, oh, actually cancel. Yeah. Yeah. And then it goes over there, and I'm gonna see if there's any,
That's
oh,
weird.
and then it also drags along like that too. Now I have shown people that
Huh.
from Texas to Arkansas to Tennessee down here, they
Uh-huh.
don't know what it was. The girl at the Bigfoot Museum, she did think it was a rabbit as well, but I don't know if she had a chance to really get a good look at it like you
Yeah.
did.
Now how deep? So now how deep was the snowfall
Oh,
that was when those
yeah. So
photos were taken? Like
it was about let's see, it was about 17 inches, I think. I mean,
okay.
it was a lot. It was quite a bit of inches. I mean, it was quite a bit for Arkansas.
That's
It
a
was
little deep for a rabbit, I would think.
right, exactly. Yeah,
But how would
yeah,
it have done that with the tree too? Because it didn't.
right. Yeah, it didn't come down exactly. It was more like it
That's
come out
weird.
of right, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, so
Huh.
we get a lot of Bigfoot stuff down here too. Oh, let's see. I think let me see if I got um I might even have some Bigfoot s- oh, okay. Um actually let me explain. Well, actually one sec. Oh yeah, an ectoplasm. You ever heard of an ectoplasm?
I have heard of it. Never
You
seen
have or
one.
you have? Okay, so maybe you can tell me maybe what this is. If hold on just a sec, let me share this with you.
I mean, I've
Um
seen it in photos, but I've never seen it like in person.
okay. Does it look anything like that?
Let's see. What the heck?
Right. Um I do have a video of it, but I don't know where I would have
Wow.
to find the video. But yeah, so it floats across just like that. So so an ectoplasm doesn't normally look like a little cloud or something?
Yeah, it usually looks like a little cloud, but you see a lot of movement. Well,
Yeah.
in photos that I've seen that are supposed to be ectoplasm, it's kind of like smoke almost. Yeah,
Yes.
has like a a move to it like smoke. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. So that was something that I kind of hold on to. Like you're probably the first person I've shown that to,
Well, thank
because
you.
yeah, it to me it just looks weird. It doesn't
Because
it
it seems to have light to it, not
yes
just
it
be
does. And
smoke. It
I
has, it
mhm,
seems to be illuminated,
yes.
like,
And I do actually have a video of it. I do actually have that one right there was just kind of a screenshot, but yeah, it kind of floats along like that. So,
that's
but you know,
amazing.
the thing with all these, like, man, you see all kinds of stuff. Well, because I work two
You're
hours a day.
looking.
It's because I'm looking. That's right.
Yeah.
It's yeah. I work 2 hours a day. The rest of the time, I've got 10 cameras doing their thing. If you got 10 cameras or you got 3 cameras doing their thing, I guarantee you'll catch something. Do I catch something all the time? No, definitely not. There's times where I can go for
Right.
days looking at blue skies. Now, when I look outside, what I see is the exact same thing I see on my screen. Like it's as wide as my eyesight. So I'm seeing exactly what I would see that way. And I can tell you exactly where it's at because I've got a compass. So I've got a compass if you want to know exactly where it's at and the longitude, latitude, all that. So
Yeah, that's
yeah.
another thing that I love about your stuff too is that you really
Mhm.
share. You act like,
Mhm.
guys, I'm telling you, you have to go check out his channel because like he shares with you all of that. Like
Yes. Whatever you want to know.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever you want to know.
everything.
Because there might be something you might be something that I'm forgetting
Mhm.
to do, and I'll go
Mhm.
back and be like, oh wow, I never thought of that. You know.
Yeah.
So let me see. I've got oh yeah. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna show you because you were asking me kind of what some of the stuff that I post. All right, so let me share this picture with you here real quick,
Okay.
and you can see this right here is an example. Okay, so this is where I'm at right here. You can tell there's no planes out here. So this is the exact same time on January 30th, or at this time. This is the UTC time, is what time it is,
Mhm.
right? And so there's nothing there. There's no let's
No
see.
planes,
Yeah.
no.
Okay. And then also if you want to see that, yes, there was fog. So there was fog. It was 52 degrees.
Mhm.
So there's where that's I'm sorry, that's not aimed right, but okay, then if you want to see that, that's exactly which way it was. That would be the way it was aiming and go from there.
Wow.
And I don't mind you seeing my address because
Yeah.
who's going to come up here
That's
and
what I'm
see me?
saying. Like you're so transparent with
Mhm.
all of your evidence, and
Yeah,
I just I appreciate it so so much.
sure,
You
sure.
know, in this world of people posting things and just with no, kind of like, what do you guys see? You know
Right.
what I mean? Give me the
Hmm.
context. Tell me
Right.
where it was. Tell me, was it raining? Was it sunny? Was it
Yeah,
snowing? What?
exactly. Yeah.
Sorry, I have once in a blue moon. I have I have a
You have a
friend of
guess?
mine that likes to come and visit and pop
Oh,
out and
yeah. Well,
scare
tell
me
him I
a little
said,
bit.
yeah, tell him I said hi.
Charlie Les says hi.
All right, there you go. Nice to meet you. Hey, you met Florence. You met
That's
Florence.
right. I did get to meet Florence. Yes,
Yeah,
I did.
right. I
One of
mean,
these days I will dig up a picture of Charlie and I
mm-hmm.
will post it so that people can see him. He was a wonderful dear friend. Um, great guy. But he
Yeah,
was a jokester and
there
a
you go.
prankster. So
There you
he likes
go.
to, you know,
Right. Yeah.
play
See, there
around.
you go. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And if you ever want to do just some more spirit talking, or ever want to do
Yeah.
any time of the day, you can do it whenever. You do it during the
Yep.
afternoon. Doesn't matter when you
Absolutely.
want to do it. Anybody can do it. The more
Absolutely.
people. So, but my main thing is that how many people, yeah, uh, how many people have cell phones that they are not using whatsoever,
Exactly.
whatsoever. Even Russ is sending me one from the UK. I think that's awesome. I don't care if it's broke. I just say, hey, this is from Russ.
Yeah.
You know.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like cuz I mean, I have currently, I mean, I've got no, I'm sorry. I have two. I
All
have
right.
two that are sitting in my drawer doing absolutely nothing.
Mm-hmm. They
Absolutely
could.
nothing.
Right. They could be. They could have now. I don't know how it is with the iPhone, but with the Google Play, is that any of your apps, even if
Mhm.
you have to pay for them, they'll work on all your other phones too. So you can have a family
Okay.
library. Yeah, you can have a family
All
library.
right.
That's how I have so many spirit talkers.
I
You
love
know.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and
So,
I do. I really like Spirit Talker Lock. I have the Necrophonic app,
mhm.
but I have trouble with that one because it just seems like I can't quite like I can almost it's like Okay,
It's hard to
did it
understand.
just say this? Wait, maybe it said that, and well,
Hmm.
maybe, and
Right.
it just for me personally, I have a hard because I do have I my hearing is not
Yeah.
perfect, so it's hard for me sometimes if I unless I have on like headphones or earbuds. So
Hmm.
I like Spirit Talker a lot.
Yeah, good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
That's great. I'm glad. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are using it now, and which I think is awesome.
Awesome.
And I really like the Spirit Music Box too. It seems to
Yeah,
work
I'm gonna try that. I gotta get
well.
that.
Yeah.
Gotta get
So, but I really appreciate you having me on your show, and
yeah.
you
Thank you
can have
for
me on your
being
show
here.
anytime you want, of course. And
Of course.
um,
Oh, we will have you back. We will have you
right,
back. And, you know, don't be surprised because I can tell you several of my lovely friends that are here tonight have their own shows.
all
They're
right,
probably going to be reaching out to you,
that's fine.
because you're, like I said, I cannot tell
Thank you.
you how much I appreciate the fact
Oh, you're welcome.
that you are evidence based. You show it all, you give all the information, the metadata, the everything, and it's rare.
Well,
It's
thank you.
rare. And
Well,
thank
thank
you,
you.
my
I really
friend.
appreciate it. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
So I really
Thank you
appreciate
so
that.
much.
And if there, let me give you my email address if anybody wants that. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, it's objectsandorbs@gmail.com.
There
Pretty
we
easy.
go.
And if you have any
Objects and
questions, I'll
orbs,
be more than happy
gmail.com.
to ask questions. And then if you do want to message me on Facebook, just say, hey, this is where I met you from. That's
Mm-hmm.
fine. That way I won't mess with you if you're a spammer because I know how to do that too. So yeah, it's all right. It's all good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a
Just
whole
say,
new.
hey, I saw you on the Nana Boss Continuum. I saw you on
There you
Marty's
go.
show.
Yeah,
And
that's right.
yeah.
Yeah,
And I
and
always check you out also on Russ's channel.
yeah,
You're a frequent guest on his channel as
yeah.
well. What is his channel called again?
It's
Flying Saucer
flying saucers, and like UFOs and paranormal
TV.
TV.
Yeah, Flying Saucers and UFOs TV or something like that
Yeah,
is his
yeah. I
channel.
need to get him to do.
And they're both new, like newer channels, guys. So
Mhm.
go
Yeah.
subscribe, show them some love. They're
Oh,
doing
thank you.
amazing things.
Thank you, Amy.
Yes. Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, oh,
Thank you.
oh. Thank
Yeah.
you. I appreciate that. Let me just.
Yeah. Gotta have you on
All right.
again. You gotta come
Yes.
back.
All right.
We gotta
Yeah,
talk some
well,
more.
yeah, we'll have a party sometimes. Yeah,
Okay.
Chiro sounds definitely. Yeah, just message me. Yeah,
Yep.
because I'm sitting around when I'm not doing my radio show, I'm UFOing or sleeping or whatever, but it's all right. But this is what
And
I do.
well, Chiro Sounds, her name is Jane, and her husband, Garrel, he is Midwest Night Watchers. And
Oh,
they have their own channel as well. And
awesome.
they do amazing shows, and like sometimes they do like mid shows at midnight and all
Yes.
kinds of great
Oh
hours
yeah.
and some really interesting stuff. And they love to sky watch. They
Oh,
are
nice.
big into it. So I know they're going to be reaching out to you.
If you
I'm
want to
sure
come
they're
down
going to
here to
reach out.
Georgia, come see me. Yeah, come see me down here in Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll see some stuff up here, definitely.
Yeah. Well, thank you again. I really
You're very
appreciate
welcome.
it. Can I just put you backstage just for a minute?
Yes,
Let me
sure.
say goodnight to everybody. I'll be right with you. Okay. Again, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Wasn't that amazing, guys? So awesome. So awesome. Such a great show. Thank you guys for being here tonight. I know it wasn't my normal time and I appreciate you guys being here. And if anybody that came in late, definitely go back and watch from the beginning because let's just we jump right into how he is able to figure out and he shows us exactly how to look for things in the sky, day or night, doesn't matter. He has a amazing way of doing it and he wants to teach everybody how to do it. So also you go check out his channel and email him. He's also on Facebook. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. And I will see you next week. Next Tuesday night, I will be at my regular 8 o'clock time slot and I will be having William Nighthawk on next week. I have been dying to have him on the show. So he finally agreed. So I am so excited for that. So you guys definitely, I will see you next week. William Nighthawk, 8 p.m. Tuesday night. Love you guys. Have a great one. Oh, one more thing. I almost forgot. We might, if the weather is good, we might try and do another live investigation out into the Everglades on Saturday night. Okay, we're going to try it. I'll keep an eye on my community page and I'll let you guys know if we're going to be doing it. All right. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful week.